I came out on the other side. I'm totally fine.
Wait, Jen, are you just doing a big reveal? Is the government going to come after our podcast now?
I told you before that I had a team member that put me in the freezer and I was freaking cold all the time. I'm still cold, but it's okay. I came out.
Here we go. Back in 10 in 3, 2, 10.
1.
The best leadership happens when you step away for 10 minutes.
This is Back in 10. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Back in 10. I am Savannah.
And I'm Jen.
So, guys, I think there was a ghost in my room this morning. Now, hear me out. My apartment is generally very warm. Like, Jen's been here. Like, it's not, like, freezing. So I woke up and my room was, like, right by me was freaking freezing. And then I started to smell stale cigarette. You know how, like back in the day, the older generation would smoke in the house?
Cig. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it smelled like. And I kept getting whiffs of it with the cold. And then I freaked the fuck out. I've lived here for over a year at this point. I have never felt a cold spot in my apartment, and I have never smelt stale smoke. Never.
So I totally believe in ghosts. I've seen
I do too.
Seen them and felt them before. Yeah. Totally.
It really freaked me out.
You got to go get some sage. Sage your place.
Okay. Yeah, but I've never, like, after a year.
There's a creepy ghost that smokes some butts that's coming over you at night.
I'm going to ask my landlord if, like,
Did somebody die in there?
I'm going to ask because his mother-in-law lived here. She was the first one to live here. So I'm definitely going to ask. And then he lived here, and then there was one other tenant before me. So, like, but the fact that it was over me, I was laying in bed and my eyes went ping, and it was cold and I smelt it. It was on top of me. It was so.
I was just gonna say something.
I was too, but not gonna say
it. Listen. That's the 10 p.m.
Linda.
episode. We don't. There's no ghostly things happening in that regard. You know what I'm saying?
You wish there was. No.
At this point, baby.
A few moments later.
Today, I want everyone to answer something for me or think about something. So if you feel like you're doing everything in the practice, we're going to ask a question that you might not love. Should practice leaders delegate? What should they keep? And how can practice leaders manage their time to focus on what matters most? Because sometimes it's not really a workload problem, it's a leadership problem. Right? Am I right, Jan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So
also, it's really hard to release things.
Yes.
Especially when sometimes it still comes back to you anyways because it doesn't get done the way in which yourself or another leader in the practice expects it to be.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll say from personal experience, I'd be like, well, I'm just going to do it myself because I know what's going to get done correctly.
Right.
However, I was doing my team a huge disservice.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily I learned this pretty early, I'll say, is that one, you can't do it alone. You can't do anything alone. No. But two, it gives your team the opportunity to do something else and grow and step into something. And who knows, they could, be the next leader of your practice, or if you're growing, like, think about it this way. If you're delegating things to someone else, it's giving them an opportunity to be and do more.
Right. And are you building a team, or are you building dependency? Right? Right? And if your team needs you for everything, it's not really building a team, and that's definitely not like loyalty to you as a leader. It's that, like you said, you're holding on to way too much. It's time to let it go.
Yeah, they wrote a song about that. Mhm.
Let it
Yeah,
go. Let it
they did.
go. They did.
Yeah.
We'll insert part of that here.
Can't hold me back anymore.
So no, you can't, Jen. We can't. So speaking of can't hold it back anymore. Let's look
Exactly.
at I have 3 things that I liked to do when it came
Tell me.
to delegating things, right? It's the keep, coach, cut. What are the things that only you can do? And you got to be realistic, right? There there comes a time when it's like, oh, there's a toxic phrase that we all like to say. I am very guilty of this too. I'm not saying I'm not. It's that I'll just do it myself. It'll get done faster. I'll
Oh,
get it
no, I
done.
hate it. No.
That's a toxic phrase, gang. It is, right? And we have to recognize that first and then look at what can we only do as leaders? Like vision, right, Jen?
Mhm.
Culture are things that only you as a leader can do.
Uh, you can set the
Culture starts from
culture,
top
but
down.
everyone has to be yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm. Um, big conversations, hard
Oh.
conversations are what you can do as a leader, making final decisions as a leader. Um, so think about what only you can do and keep those. That's something
Mhm.
that we know.
Mhm.
And the coaching part. And I love that you talked about when you delegate, it's an opportunity for our teams to grow. That's and ultimately, gang, isn't that what we want for our teams to help them grow and give them confidence in their careers? And by delegating to them, that there's your out, right? If you're feeling like I have too much on my plate, where is there a growth opportunity?
Mhm.
And delegation really isn't dumping either. That growth is
No.
that development. And then cut things things that you don't have to have oversight on. You just need to you shouldn't be doing it,
Mhm.
right? So there are
Mhm.
things that are like trainable. If it's trainable, it's delegatable. Is that even a word?
You just made it one if it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
But
you
I
can
think,
cut it,
like,
it's trainable and delegatable.
if you one thing that I had done years ago with our team is everyone we sat down in a team meeting and we wrote down the parts of our positions that only people in that position could do.
Yeah.
So, really easy one is like hygiene, right? Like a hygienist is the only one for our practice because we were in Massachusetts. Like we were the only ones that could scale teeth, right? Only ones that could do SRP really in our practice.
Mhm.
Obviously, dentists can just do some of these things too, right? But
Mhm.
what things can only we do? And then what are things that other team members can do? So, like
It's a great
x-rays.
exercise.
Can assistants take x-rays? Absolutely. Okay, so assistants, those are things that you can help with, right? Steri, that's always one, right? If I'm just trying to think of like big picture stuff. But if you get to like leadership, like you said, Savannah, who are the ones that are going to have conversations of like challenging conversations, right? Who are the ones that are going to, deal with HR things? So
Mm.
like if you map everything out and have your team do it with you, think about it for every position because everyone's going to realize, okay, we have a lot of crossover that we can support each other with. And I think for if there are team members out there listening, just because tasks are getting delegated to you, I'm going to say something.
Hot take.
Just because something is getting delegated to you does not mean that you deserve a raise. Now,
Preach. That could be another
I'm
episode
not
too,
saying that
talking
you
about
don't
value.
yeah, like I'm not saying that you don't deserve a raise overall because everyone's in different places. However, if one of your leaders asks for support, I'm going to say um I'll say if you're a hygienist and you are asked to pick up the phone or reach out to patients through like a patient communication system because you have
Mhm.
a cancellation in your schedule,
Mhm.
that is that is still part of your job. That's
Yeah.
everyone's job. That's not just one person's. So don't expect a raise because now you're doing some administrative tasks. And that's just one example, right? There's so many other things. But if you want to have a conversation about compensation, that's something that your leaders can talk to you about, right? Because that's a leadership only conversation. But just because something's delegated, don't expect to have additional compensation, because we need to all be and then some people.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's a total change of scope of your
position. Then that's completely different.
Right.
If your title is changing, if your entire job description is changing, if it's not the same job anymore, heck yes, you know that there's going to be a compensation conversation that comes along with that. Yeah. I'm talking small tasks that aren't, it's not a role change.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
It's tasks in the office that have to get done that someone has to do. So if you have time to do it, like we said before, if you're leaning, you can be cleaning, right? It's not just one person's job. It's things that we have to get done. So if someone asks you throughout the day, hey, can you take the trash out? Just take the damn trash out. Don't expect to get an increase in, you'd be surprised. So don't expect to get increased compensation because you went to the dumpster.
In your job descriptions as well, and especially in your handbook too, work with your HR department to clearly define this in your handbook as well. Like, these are team tasks. So if picking up the phone to help fill the schedule is a team task, make sure it's in there from the get-go. So then if there is any question of like, well, I'm a dental assistant, I'm not picking up a phone. No, this is part of the team tasks. This was explained during your onboarding. So this is what we're all gonna accomplish together. Mm-hmm. So I think, I mean, that goes back to previous episodes of the clarity too, making sure that everything is clearly defined.
Yeah, other duties as assigned. But if it's a completely different role, I'm gonna be a Savannah right now. You bet your sweet Bippy that there's gonna be a compensation conversation.
Yeah.
I spend too much time with you that now I'm pulling out your Savannah-isms.
Some of my team is too. It's funny. They'll say it and I'll perk up and I'm like, do you know what you just said? They're like, yes, I know. You say that all the time. I talk to you too much. And I'm like, I'm making an impact.
I had a team member say cool beans the other day. She's like, I learned that from you. I'm like, I haven't said that like since high school. And then I heard, Driani. I heard Driani say it the other day. And I'm like, that's where she got it from. That wasn't from me. It's Driani. Driani says cool beans. Yeah.
So let's be cool beans with our teams.
Mm-hmm.
And delegate and help our teams to grow into, fuller, more meaningful careers. And look, and really evaluate for you as a leader, like, what is busy, what is productive, what are your priorities, what is creating, chaos in your life. And I mean, you don't need more time. You just need fewer tasks on your daily to do because you're not delegating.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've all done this. I've done it. Jen's done it.
So, you know what we're going to do right now? Okay.
What?
I'm going to delegate. Okay. Wizard, how about you close out this episode?
Thanks for spending a few minutes with us on Back in 10.
If something made you laugh, nod, or feel a little more human, share it with a friend and make sure that you're subscribed.
You can also follow us on Instagram at Back in 10 Pod for more behind the scenes, updates, and probably a little chaos.
We're not here to have it all figured out. We're just here to tell you the things that we wish someone had told us.
And remind you that leadership doesn't have to be perfect, just real.
We'll be back in 10.